Fasting is as old as mankind. Before the invention of agriculture and refrigeration, it was not uncommon for our hunter-gatherer ancestors to go for long periods of time without eating. It's said that overeating is the cause for a lot of the dis-ease that humans face, and that fasting can be very beneficial when trying to cleanse your system. So to put the power of our minds to the test, my crazy friends and I gathered and decided to not eat for up to 10 days to experience the mental, physical, and spiritual benefits of fasting. Some will do 3, 5, or 7 days. Myself and my friend Ben will be going the full 10 days with no food and only water. Disclaimer, it is not recommended to try this alone without supervision. But without further ado, here's what happened. All right, so this is the last meal. Some nice soup to hold me over for the next 10 days. All right, it's 6 p.m. Wednesday, July 8th. I have done a 5-day water fast before, but this is twice as long. So I'm just as excited as you guys are to see what happens. I will not eat again until 10 days from now. All right, hey, why are we doing this?
Why the fuck are we not eating for long periods of time when we have all the delicious Erewhon foods? Just so close, just so close.
What if we had a 10-day cake eating?
All together.
After the 10-day fast, 10-day only cake.
Let's see who can gain the most weight.
Tell me how long you all plan on fasting, what's your goals, what are you really trying to get out of the experience, and then we'll go into some tips to get you guys prepared.
Ben, myself, Blue are gonna go longer, like 7 to 10 days. Isa's striving for 5, Azri's striving for
3 at minimum.
All right, perfect. Are you all gonna be working or are you gonna take time off?
What is time off? I've never heard of that.
I have found that setting intentions is really powerful when it gets really tough. Right now, I'm recalibrating my why behind everything. If I am opening up my calendar and there's anything on the day that I have contraction around, I want to rewrite that program.
Back home in Lebanon, there are people that are actually taking their lives because they are so hungry. Feeling into the children that actually not a choice for them. They don't have food.
My intention is to grow all my hair back. Andre promised me that would happen. It feels like a good, energetic reset.
My intention on the physical level, obviously an incredible reset. Because of the comforts that we've grown to in society, fasting is a way bigger deal than it actually needs to be.
You've been torturing us all day with your Erewhon food and your glorious fruit.
How dare you come to our home and act in such ways?
Is this wrong?
No, because it's not right. So we're 48 hours in. Please give us a quick update.
I think it's really interesting to look at what happens when you give up something that you normally do so often. So whether that be speaking, whether that be eating, and observing the attachments that we have to the normal things that we do every single day, it becomes an unconscious habit. How much of our life we actually make decisions from a habitual emotional place where we want to eat something because we're bored.
Or self-soothing. I feel like there's a lot of self-soothing in eating.
Yeah, totally.
For anyone considering fasting for longer periods of time, I highly recommend gathering tribe, people that can be in it with you so that you're not sitting there and allowing the frequency of all the consumption to pull you back into those patterns.
That is one thing that if you can kind of conquer, the conscious control you have over what you put in your body will ripple into everything else you do in life, because literally the food that you eat is the person that you become. It's the building blocks of our actual system. Why do we do this? Why do we do the cold plunges? Why do we go through pain to find...
We torture ourselves?
Yeah, why do we torture ourselves?
Why do we have a group thread that says, friends who don't eat food together?
There's something to be cultivated within the desire of a human being to actually start walking towards the fire of pain and discomfort and see what lies on the other side.
All the growth happens outside of the comfort zone.
Yeah.
I think once you learn that, there's almost a little bit of a breakthrough junkie, there's an addictive quality to that. Realizing, oh, there's this edge and I could just stay over here in the comfort zone, or I could go through that, and then I'll be a new version of myself on the other side, and I'll know that my capacity to do, be, have whatever I want is amplified. So why wouldn't I choose that path? To me, it's it's harder to understand why you wouldn't do it, but that's just how I'm wired.
Let's do that, more of that.
That part.
We shall become woke.
We shall be DNA helixes vibrating.
Good team. I'm feeling lightheaded, confident.
No questions for you.
No, there's no I've accepted that I'm doing 10 days, which makes it a lot easier in the process of actually doing the 10 days. Once you feel you've energetically committed to it and you have also a support team. Most people do prolonged fast because they're really trying to heal something specific. I'm more so doing it just for the curiosity of what happens on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
Just feel over this fast. I've been tired for 4 days straight now. I haven't slept at all night. Constant discomfort for days. Really weak. I'm really hungry all the time. And I'm just feeling really emotional. I'm just tired of being tired. I mean, you and Ben seem to be doing fine. Like, I'm really struggling with this one. It makes me question, like, is it worth it? I feel fucking miserable. I'm used to really strong with my mind.
If you decide to not continue, it's totally fine. Life's gonna move on. Also, if you continue going, it might continue to be difficult, but I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of beauty on the other side of it. So there's no right or wrong here, really. It's just taking it moment by moment. All right, so you guys know Blue by now. You had a couple of days where you were really struggling.
I would say the majority of the time I was a human slug. I was just noticing that all of my excuses about life in general, of why I can't do things or why I can't achieve things, or the parts of myself that I agree to things but then I don't follow through, they were the parts that were coming up. It got me to actually face off with all of the excuses I make in life as to why I can't create the things that I really want to create. It's interesting because we're now on day 6 and I feel amazing. I've been dancing before. I feel like my life force energy is back, but what I have managed to get over the hump of is all of those excuses of my own mind. Are we attending and watering our garden of mind, body, and spirit to ensure that we can maximize the human potential that we've been given?
I like that. I like you too.
Kuss me.
Kush my.
On my mouth.
Right here.
Right now.
Over here.
Claim it.
Come this way.
On my bush.
Over here.
Here we go.
Okay. We've been like wacky and wonky this whole time. I woke up this morning and like for the first second I started peeing in my trash can.
So good. This is the shit you can't make up.
Yeah.
This is liquid gold. The fact that you pissed in the trash can when you told me that, my whole day just got like 150 times better.
Well, I hope yours did too.
And then wait, can we just talk about the cold plunges that we've been doing as well on top of that? So not only is the mind in complete resistance and wants to fight everything that's coming up and just wants to go and grab the next sandwich that you can see and just shove it down your face, but amidst the resistance, not only are we depriving ourselves of all food, but we submerge ourselves in freezing cold temperatures. Now, if I was a fly on the wall, I'd think that you were batshit crazy.
This definitely hits on a bigger topic of doing things that you don't want to do. If you want to create your life consciously, right, and you want to build the life that you've always dreamed of, and you want to become the best version of yourself, it's something that you get to cultivate and build confidence in yourself and the ability to do that and follow through on the commitment. That's how you really build character. Character means your ability to follow through on a commitment long after the emotion of the moment has passed. How many gym memberships on January 1st are signed up, then canceled it a month later? And so we see this repeatedly. It's embedded in our society, this quick fix-it mentality. I feel like the real goal is set small goals, build that character and trust and belief in yourself that you can actually follow through on these things. You know, a year, 2 years, go down the road and you look back at your old self and you can't even imagine that you were like that.
The invitation, specifically with the fast, is to slow down. We're so in the doing mentality that it's quite difficult for us to come back to the present moment, which is really the only moment that we have for the rest of our lives. So if we keep skipping over the present moment, then we keep essentially skipping over our lives and we get to the point where we're in our 50s, 60s and we're like, I've not achieved the things that I wanted to create. Well, because the mind has constantly been set as a default to live in a future timeline. If we can actually face off with the resistance of the mind, we can achieve anything. And I love what Azria says when she's in the ice bath. She goes, if I can do this, I can do anything. If I can start my day facing off with the resistance and softening into it, when I go about my day and someone cuts me off in traffic, someone says something that I don't like, my ability to soften to the resistance of that and not come from a reactionary state is way more easier than if I hadn't faced off with the resistance first thing in the morning.
The fear and suffering that plagues so many people, really it resides in these alternate timelines in the past, in the future that aren't actually in your current reality. We get so caught up in the consequence. We get so caught up in the result that we forget about the actual process that creates that. There's been people that have been like eating and cooking in the house and the smell, all your senses are super heightened during a fast. So it's just, I've honestly been eating through my smell. It's
Straight
been so
up,
pleasurable.
I'll go into the pantry and open a bag of crackers and I
Appreciate you for watching this so far if you have, which you are, because if you're watching this, you would have. That doesn't make any sense.
But neither does pissing in the trash can make any sense, babe. It's okay, you're having an off day.
Alright, love you all.
I'm so cold.
I'm gonna do something that I don't want to do, but I do every day, because that's what we do. We do things that we don't want to do, because it's good for us. I got you. All right, did it. Now let's talk. All right, so it is officially the night of the 9th day. I wasn't able to film anything yesterday on day 8. I was just feeling like a sack of potatoes. Felt completely useless. My whole body was just really sore and didn't have much energy at all. It's really interesting to see the ups and downs. Everybody's body reacts completely differently. So some days I'm feeling amazing and have so much energy and just like jump into flow state and get so much work done. And then there's days where I don't, you know? And so yesterday was one of those days. Today, day 9 was bounce back for sure. We were able to do some yoga with the fam and got my body moving, which felt really good. Ben and I have done this whole thing together. We've gone the long stretch. How I feel currently right now is very clear. There is this constant noise that is within our mind and within our body on unconscious levels that is always there. And it really just distracts us from the present moment. And so I feel like a lot of that is just lowered completely. And from that place, it ripples into every area. You know, my business, my relationships, my work, my friends, and most importantly, the relationship that I have with myself. The relationship that I have with the food that I decide to put in my body. I will have so much gratitude and appreciation for the next bite of food that I'm able to have. It's literally going to bring me tears of joy. And I understand that this is an extreme privilege to have access to amazing food and to choose not to eat while millions and millions of people and kids around the world don't have the opportunity to do that. They're literally forced to not eat for days and weeks on end. And so I've definitely been able to appreciate what hunger really means and grow compassion for those that are less fortunate. So that's been another great aspect of this whole fast as well. Drop in the comments below if you guys have had any takeaways from this video. If you've learned anything, let me know. I would be curious to see. And so yeah, here we go. We're almost at the end. Wow, we did it. Feels so good. Okay, we made it to the finish line. I feel like this might be like pretty anticlimactic. I'm so excited. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Salud.
Salud.
That is hot and delicious.
Woo!
That is insanely good.
Wow, that tastes so good. Good job.
Honestly, I wouldn't have done it if you weren't doing it.
It helps so much having people that you're doing it with. This is everything right now. Congrats, proud of you.
Good job, brother.
So next, we're just gonna weigh ourselves and we'll close it out.
Holy shit. Whoa.
146. That makes no sense. Is that right? That's the leanest I've ever been in my life.
That is remarkable.
I actually don't like that.
20 pounds.
I can't, what? That doesn't make any sense. Lost like roughly 15 to 20 pounds. A lot of it's
More
water.
than half of it's water.
Oh yeah. Nice warm bath.
How is it?
So good. I'm gonna eat every berry one at a time.
One of berries. Nature's candy. We'll go with the raspberry. I can't tell you how much this means to me. It's so good. I've waited for this moment for so long. Woo! All right, so this has been an absolute journey. So I lost about 20 pounds, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me because I didn't even know I had that to lose in the first place. And it also wasn't my goal. Like, I wasn't doing this to lose weight. Nonetheless, I'm very happy that I did it. I feel very clean and energized and focused in my body and my mind right now. If you haven't already, hit the like button. It really helps out. And also subscribe to the channel if you're new and join this family of becoming the strongest version of yourself. Signing off. Thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.